Detroit! Detroit!
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll set up to throw. And going deep for Hill. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Set! Green, 39!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and that'll make it 3rd down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. He'll field this at the 5. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football.
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Gun!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Space to maneuver at the 40. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll look to throw. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
Gun!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And a gain there of 11 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Jordan Willis able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And a short gain here down to the 22. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, You don't force any mistakes. You don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The 49ers getting set to trot out there. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Aaron Lynch in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This one caught left side by Cooper. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but you get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you've got to get it back even with just 1 throw.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. The wind is at his back here in the 2nd quarter. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Man open right side, it's Rodgers. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Saints on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. He was looking for Gronk that time. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable
Right,
2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
39. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about...
And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Ronald Jones taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And to the right side here, it's Allen. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
Again, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Completes it right side to Cooper. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time. That
one caught by Tyreek Hill. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Jordan Willis in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Saints on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. They'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. On second down, it's Jones. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll look to throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got it at the 15. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Steps away to his left. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Now back to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Amari Cooper from 17 yards out. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. They'll throw now on the final play. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Nice job. Nice patience right there. Put him on the right side. Let him work his way across. Put the ball in his hands and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
He'll drop to throw. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They'll set up to throw. Buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jordan Willis bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Now, Barney, Barney. Gun, gun.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A spin. Henry's got it out on the left side. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
He'll look to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They're going to look to throw. Forced out to his left. Looking deep for Elliott. It's caught inside the 25. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Aaron Lynch in there to get him for his second sack of the night. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Goes right side, complete to Gronk. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And some room to roam now. But he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Gronkowski, the intended target. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll go again to Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott. And now it's second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through three quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And spins away. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Here we go now. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Power running by Zeke. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll set up a throw, and he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Jordan Willis in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Again, this to Jones. And shutting him off, now open field. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Okay. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll drop to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
these guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, second down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Again, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And just like that, it's third down. They'll look to throw here. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Jordan Willis in there yet again. My goodness, make it 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Allen. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Again, it's Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.